are the two keys to my success. I believed for that last time, 19 miles, I was indestructible because I took myself in that chair, crapping up my back, peeing blood down my legs, shin splints, stress fractures. I used all that for motivation versus negativity. I said to myself, who on this fucking earth would still be going right now? You are. You are. You got to be the hardest motherfucker on the planet. Is it true? I don't give a fuck. At that time, it got me to the finish line of that fucking race. I believed it. I believe it today. I believed it enough to where my body said he's not going to stop. And I took all the negative things. I need to go to the hospital, this and that, and I used it all. Who the hell could even get out of that chair? Who the hell could even get out of that chair? You did. Who the hell would even think about taping stress fractures up? You did. All those things I use for motivation. And you're looking at where you started life and you tell yourself, God, dog, man, my mom is this way. My soon-to-be stepdad got murdered. My dad beat the shit out of me. I can't read and write to save my fucking soul. I've lied about it to everybody. I've cheated on all these tests. My God, man. And then you put a goal in your mind. How are you gonna feel, man, when you accomplish this goal? Coming from that shit, coming from the fucking hell you came from. A lot of people start from a good starting point. They have a good foundation. What if you can surpass all these motherfuckers? What if everybody who was fucking way up here started up here? And you started with no legs. You had to grow fucking legs to even start walking, and then crawling, and then running, and then you start passing. People with all this given to them, I had to use all this negative shit that was making me weak and horrible as a person. I had to use this as the power that now few of me had to flip it on its head. I said, hold up, this might be exactly what I need. The darkness is exactly what I need, is how you look at your situation. And I was looking at it all fucked up. These are the facts, and they are undisputed. Your problems and your past aren't on anybody else's agenda. Not really. You may have a few people in your inner circle who care about what you're going through. I learned that the hard way. For the most part, on our drive from Buffalo to 117 South McGuire Street in Brazil, Indiana, when I was 8 years old, I assumed I was going to walk into the biggest pity party of all time. I expected balloons, cake, ice cream, and big warm hugs. Instead, it was as if all the pain and terror never happened. Jack didn't deal in pity. He was out to harden my shell, and that's exactly what he did. Pity is a soothing balm that turns toxic. At first, when your family and friends commiserate with you and validate the reasons you have for grumbling about your circumstances, it lands like sympathy. But the more comfort pity brings you, the more external validation you'll crave and the less independent you will become, which will make it that much more difficult for you to gain any traction in life. That's the vicious cycle of pity. It saps self-esteem and inner strength, which makes it harder to succeed. And with each subsequent failure, you will be more tempted to pity yourself. Look, I get it. Life isn't fair or easy. A lot of us are doing a job that we don't want to do. We feel we are above the task coming our way, and that the world or God or the fates have sentenced us to live in a box we do not belong in. When I was a night shift security guard at a local hospital, I felt that work was beneath me. So I showed up every night with a voice in my head screaming, "I don't want to be here!" And that infected everything about my life. I ate my feelings, blew up, and slipped into a deep depression. I wanted a different life, but my shitty attitude made it impossible to create one. Every minute you spend feeling sorry for yourself is another minute not getting better. Another morning you miss at the gym. Another evening wasted without ambitions and another day burned ones you've had in your head and progress your entire life. Toward every minute you spend feeling sorry for yourself is another minute spent in the dungeon thinking about what you lost or the opportunities that have been snatched away or squandered, which inevitably leads to the Great Depression. When you are depressed, you are likely to believe that nobody understands you or your plight. I used to think that way. But when Sir Jack, sick, banged that trash can lid inches from my ear in the morning, he was telling me I wasn't the only little boy who got whipped or suffered from toxic stress. Sometimes the emotions we feel are a product of a fucked up past. Sometimes we just don't want to get up at 5 a.m. and do hours of chores before school because it got hurt. Sir Jack stalled getting out of bed until the last possible moment and half-assed my way through my mornings as part of a mindless, mopey rebellion. He didn't give a any of that but them. That grass needed to be cut, what you've been leaves need to be raked, I can feel bad for you, weeds need to be pulled. I can have sympathy for you, no matter how much I belly get you anywhere. This when I was a young, damaged kid, and it would feeling sorry for myself didn't help. Feelings were costing me a ton of time. Cleaning those white walls, because no matter how I felt, there was a task we cannot get time back, so we must be minute in the present moment. The earlier I get up, the more I do. The less time I stay at too many people let their depression land, the stronger I become. And the more daylight I stay, they let their feelings about the past hijack their lives. When you separate yourself from perhaps the pack, their fiance left them at the altar, values and priorities, they got fired without cause. Mountains of adversity and hardship, but they're not the same people they were. And that makes it easier to adapt to the road ahead. Perhaps their fiance left them at the altar, the new life, they got fired without a sense of self. Guess what? One day they will pan back and realize that when I went to live with Surgeon Jack, I was forced to adapt extremely fast. Everyone was hard on me my whole life.